everyone, and welcome to the RBDG Sports Channel with your boy RBDG. We are in the building. Please make sure you hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Let's talk about it, man. First and foremost, congratulations to Baltimore. You know, they beat us. You know what I'm saying? It was a very hard-fought game, tough game, but they came out victorious at the end. And it was a hard-fought game between two top-notch teams. And just because we lost against Baltimore doesn't mean we're not still on the path to exceed everyone's expectations. So, you know, nothing to hang our head on, hang our head down. You know, we need to be still saying, you know, we can get better. You know, of course, we got a lot of room for improvement. We're an up-and-coming team, you know. With that being said, I want to go through my notes and just talk about different things that I was writing down during my time watching the game. First off, my man Bobby Wagner missed the opportunity for that fumble recovery. You know, those things like that, you got to capitalize on. You know, you cannot allow, you know, a team like that, you know, to secure that ball and then kick a field goal, you know, to tie the ball game up. Just imagine, you know, you wipe those 3 points out, you know what I'm saying? It's slightly a different ball game. You know, we'd have missed that field, if we'd have made that field goal just before halftime, slightly a different ball game. You know, the refs didn't help us out with some of those questionable calls. They had a couple of questionable calls and a couple of no calls against Baltimore, you know, but they was quick and ready to pull the flag out of their pocket against us. But that's neither here nor there. You know, Baltimore played a good game. I'm not going to take anything away from them. I'm just saying a couple of key things that could have happened in the game could have changed. Not saying we would have won the game, but you know, it would have changed probably the way that we called plays or whatever the case may be. He was calling plays, to me, Joe Whitt was calling plays out of desperation because obviously our two of our guys went out, Jonathan Allen and Dorrance Armstrong. They kind of hurt. You could tell when those guys went out, Henry really, you know, was able to get off. But Henry is an unstoppable force, man. He was just wearing them down. You know, Baltimore called, the offensive coordinator called, I think, a brilliant game, if you ask me. You know, Lamar threw over 300-some yards, had 40-something yards on the ground, and then you had Henry with like 140 yards on the ground. I mean, but it was tough earned. You know, early on it was tough sledding for Henry. But in the second half, he broke open a couple of big, huge runs and was able to solidify the control and take control of the game, the line of scrimmage, that is. And we lost the game up front due to not being able to stop the run. And they didn't allow us to control the clock. They did, however. Every time we needed to stop, we couldn't get it. Our defense just wasn't good enough, you know what I'm saying? Which served well for a lot of teams around the NFL trying to contain this Baltimore two-headed monster between Henry and Lamar Jackson. That's a tough stop, but sometimes you gotta dig deep, man, and play with a lot of passion, man, you know, because your offense showed that they can move the ball against Baltimore. They just needed opportunities. You know, unfortunately, the only time they was getting opportunities was at the kickoff. And you don't want to get in a situation where you're trying to exchange points and being in a shootout with this type of team, because this team already, you come into the game respecting the run. So they're gonna play action you to death from the whistle blowing, from the first initial whistle. They're gonna play action you to death. You know what I'm saying? So early on, Flowers was doing a lot of damage, but Quinn and those guys, you know, they had to sacrifice. They either say either Henry gonna beat us or Lamar gonna beat us with his arm. And they chose in the second half to try to take care of the pass, and that exposed the run defense, you know. So, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But Sam Steele, congratulations to your first NFL pick. Newton was getting out there early. He was playing good, I thought. You know, JD5 with a magnificent throw to Scary Terry just before in the second quarter. A beautiful throw to Terry, and Terry with the toe tap. Great body control, great catch. That was a spectacular big boy throw. You know what I'm saying? And then the other throw to Terry McLaurin late in the second half, third quarter, was another great throw. And Terry McLaurin is one tough. He got to be at least, I'm going to say this, man, top five, one of the top five toughest players in the NFL history. The shots that this guy continued to take, I remember a few years back, about 3 years ago, he took a shot when we played Tampa Bay or Atlanta, one of them two teams. He caught it near the goal line, and he got struck. Like, the time he caught it, pow, you know what I'm saying? So, and he held on to the ball. This guy takes shot after shot just last week against Cleveland when Jaden Daniels was scrambling on the run, and he threw to Terry on the sideline. Two guys blasted Terry. He still held on to the ball. That's one tough son of a gun, man. I don't know how many receivers can keep taking a licking and keep on ticking, but Terry does it every time. The missed field goal, like I said, cost us a little bit. That was huge. As far as momentum goes, that was a huge miss, you know what I'm saying, just before halftime. I talked about no answer. And the refs, man, they hurted us in the third quarter with that questionable PI call against trashy St. Juice. You know what I mean? St. Juice, man. I mean, at some point, we're going to get better in the secondary. And when that happens, we'll be better for it. But in the meantime, we got to go with what we have on the team, right? So we got to play those guys. But we'll get better in the future. Like I said, Lamar played his ass off. That's why he's a two-time MVP. He made tough throws. He read the defense the way he's supposed to. He ran when he was supposed to. The guy, other than that interception, I always say he's going to give you one opportunity a game to make an interception. You got to capitalize, and we did. But unfortunately, that wasn't enough. That was not enough. Win, lose, or draw, I thought JD5 was clutch, and his will to win, man, is unmatched, man. There's only three guys in the league right now that I could say is got that clutch in him. That's number one, Patrick Mahomes. Number two, Lamar Jackson. Number three, JD5. I haven't seen quarterbacks, those three guys, the heart and the will to win and the competitive nature that those guys have it's unbelievable. And I even compared JD5, I'm talking about as far as his clutch big boy throws, to the likes of Tom Brady. How he just will not fold. If he would have got another opportunity, we all know. That's why Baltimore did not want to give Washington that ball back. They know this kid is special, and I don't blame Baltimore. You play to win. You play to win. You see a young quarterback that's just, well, no matter what you're throwing at him, he's still doing his thing out there. You cannot give a guy like that the ball back. You just can't. And Jim Harbaugh knew that. He's smart. That's why he's been coaching that team for 17 years. That's why he's a Super Bowl winner. That's why he got Coach of the Year honors. He's a very, very smart coach, a hard coach to beat. But I think we're going to see these guys again. Based on what I've seen, if they say that's supposed to be, a measuring stick game, I thought we served well. I think we just need a few more adjustments on defense. And I think we've proven that we can go toe-to-toe with these guys, man. And that's they say that's our toughest challenge on the schedule. I just think, they say Minnesota flying high. Minnesota, yeah, they got a good defense too. Give Minnesota their credit. But I don't think they're good enough to stop us. Baltimore couldn't stop us, and they say that's the best test that we had. Barn, that defense that Baltimore has haven't been playing good, but at the same time, they're a true test because the way they disguise their defense and stuff like that, they're going to get it together. Trust and believe, they're going to get it together. But we got a few things to work on scheme-wise with our defense. I thought Witt didn't call a bad game today. We just caught 2 two of the best players in the league at the same time on one team. So that's asking for a whole lot. I was yelling at and screaming and demanding this and demanding that at the television, But deep down in my heart, I knew it was going to be a tough game. I was hoping with turnovers, that was the only way we was going to pretty much beat this team. If they turned the ball over a lot, we was going to beat them. And whoever continuously scored, that was going to dictate the outcome of the game. I knew it was going to be a back and forth game because I knew our offense is humming right now. And despite Baltimore having a great defense or whatever, great scheme, great defensive minds over there, I knew they wasn't going to be enough to slow down Jaden Daniels and the likes of Zach Ertz, Terry McLaurin, De'Ami Brown, Noah Brown, Eckler, and those guys. We missed Robinson today. We really did miss Robinson today. I think it would have gave us better balance. We was one-dimensional, but we still got it done. They didn't respect Eckler as a runner. They respect him as a passer. So they was able to do some things that we couldn't actually do to Lamar because of Henry. So I think if Robinson played, I think it would have been a little different. That would have gave Jaden Daniels a little bit more wiggle room to run. He really couldn't run like he wanted to because there was no threat in the backfield. They pretty much made him a pocket passer today. And I think he fared well. He almost had an interception. He overshot Noah Brown on the run. The ball got away from him a little bit. I noticed sometimes when he's scrambling and trying to throw against that zone, he sails the ball high a little bit. I think he's trying to get it to him quickly, but I think when he's throwing off the wrong foot and it's making his pass sail high. He did that against the Arizona Cardinals, and he got away with it today. He got away with it. I talked about Jonathan Allen, Durance Armstrong. The defense couldn't stop B more. I talked about that. That's pretty much all I got as far as with that. But as fans out there, I want you guys to know this. We got ourselves a quarterback, franchise quarterback. I mean, that's not a secret anymore. He got out to Baltimore. Baltimore had a great plan against him, but it was almost not enough. If we'd have made a couple of stops in the second half with our defense, he would have came out. I'm pretty sure we would have came out victorious once again. But serve notice to the rest of the league. We here and we ain't going nowhere. This boy is a tough out. It's not easy. The only way you could beat us unless you got a prolific offense, just like we do. And Baltimore, no, that was the only way they beat us. They had to beat us with their offense. Lamar Jackson already said it. He said it. We're going to have to keep scoring points because this team can score. He said that before the game because he already knew his defense wasn't going to be able to stop this kid because this kid is something special. So he knew the only way to beating the Commanders was getting points on the board. He knew this. Harbaugh knew this. It was not a secret. The only way you're going to beat the Commanders, if you put points on the board. If you got an offense, you got a shot. If you don't have an offense, you don't have a prayer. You don't have a prayer. Shout out to Baltimore, though. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy, Arbor Deezy. Peace.